Tiffany Haddish's fall from grace was wild to watch because she went from being one of the most loved black actresses to being a pariah in the wrinkle of an eye because nobody wants to work with her now after her messy and creepy scandal. She is getting canceled left and right, y'all, and she is struggling. But does this mean that her career is over? And what on earth does she have to say in her defense? So I think we can all agree that Hollywood is one of the messiest and creepiest places on earth because we all have heard crazy stories about things that celebs do in private. But very few scandals have shocked us as much as Tiffany Haddish's crazy scandal. For those who don't know what I'm referring to, I'm going to give you some context that's going to help you understand why she got canceled so heavily. So last year, Tiffany was exposed for being a weirdo when she and comedian Aries Spears were sued by a woman who claimed that Tiffany and Aries had abused her and her younger brother. The woman has chosen to remain anonymous, so she was referred to as Jane Doe and her younger brother as John Doe. At the time of the filing, John Doe was only 15 years old, so he was still a minor. And in cases like these, the identities are usually kept private to protect the victims. Anyway, according to the lawsuit filed by Jane, Tiffany and Aries allegedly SA'd both Jane and John at different points in their lives under the pretext of helping them find work in Hollywood. According to Jane, she first met Tiffany when Tiffany befriended the kids' mother, when they bonded over the fact that they had both recently filed for divorce from their spouses and the divorce was rough. They then became friends, and Tiffany would even make sure to call every Christmas and on the kids' birthdays, which means that they had gotten somewhat close over the course of a couple of years. Like a lot of kids, both Jane and John had dreams of making it big in Hollywood, and Jane even went to an acting and comedy camp in the summer. When she was 14, Tiffany was a guest speaker at the camp, and of course, they ran into each other. This was when Tiffany knew how seriously Jane was taking her dreams. Tiffany then decided to do Jane a favor by telling her that she had helped her land a role in a television commercial. Of course, this didn't send off any alarm bells or red flags because Tiffany had more or less been a family friend for a couple of years. So it made sense that she would want to do Jane a favor after learning about the kids' dreams. But then things slowly started to get weird because Tiffany refused to reveal any detail about the commercial. So neither Jane nor her mom knew what the commercial was going to be about. Ooh, this is getting dark, y'all. But they didn't worry because again, Tiffany was a trusted family friend. Y'all gotta watch out for these family friends, y'all. In fact, Jane's mom allowed her to go for filming alone because she believed that Tiffany would look out for her. And that was the first downfall because Tiffany did no such thing. And I don't want to call it a mistake because I don't want to blame the victim here. Tiffany is absolutely at fault and the mother was screwed over. When Jane got to the set, another group of young girls were already shooting a scene and she was asked to watch them because she was going next. The scene involved the girls having some sort of argument over a sandwich, and then they proceeded to eat the sandwich in a suggestive manner, if you know what I mean. Certainly not the kind of thing that a 14-year-old kid should be watching, but it didn't end there because she was then asked to repeat the same thing and also make some suggestive noises that are typically associated with you know what. Oof, the mess. Jane was so uncomfortable that she kind of froze and was unable to do what she was asked to do. Tiffany then came into the room and showed Jane what to do and how to do it, complete with the gagging noises and all that. Oh my God. She was basically teaching a 14-year-old to you know what, and that's just disturbing on so many levels. Jane was so desperate to try to impress because this is her dream, to be on film. So she did exactly what she was told, but she was so uncomfortable that she didn't even give a stellar performance that they were expecting. So Tiffany just stopped her, gave her 100 and told her to leave. Jane then claimed that she didn't tell anyone, not even her mother, because she felt disgusted. Now I know that this is bad enough, but it gets even worse, y'all, because Tiffany decided to come for John next. He was only 7 years old when Tiffany told their mom that she had helped him land a spot on a Nickelodeon reel. This turned out to be a big fat lie because John never even did anything remotely related to Nickelodeon. Instead, Tiffany and Aries Spears had him film a video that they then uploaded to the site Funny or Die. Now, if you're familiar with this site, then you know that it pretty much revolves around dark humor. But this particular video was so offensive that the site had to take it down and issue a statement saying, Funny or Die found this video absolutely disgusting and would never produce such content. We were not involved with the conceptualization, development funding, or production of this video. It was uploaded to the site as user-generated content and was removed in 2018 immediately after becoming aware of its existence. Oof. If that doesn't immediately tell you how how bad the video was, then let me tell you. For starters, that video was titled "The Mind of a Pedophile," and that already tells us how creepy the video is. In the video, Tiffany dropped off her son, played by John, with Aries, who was a P in the story. I'm not going to show y'all the video because it's pretty messed up, but John was in his underwear for most of the video, and Aries did weird things like getting in the bathtub with him and even rubbing back oil on his body in a weird way. According to the lawsuit, the kid's mother had not gone with them, but Jane had taken John to the location. She claimed that he had come out crying and she immediately knew that something messed up had happened. Jane then told her mom what happened, but when the mom asked for an explanation, Tiffany claimed that the boy had been upset because he was told that he was not right for the role. She also refused to let the mom see the video, claiming that it had been deleted because John's acting was so bad, which turned out to be a lie. Tiffany got dragged like crazy online and people were calling her to be canceled. She then had her lawyer release a statement saying, "Plaintiff's mother has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Ms. Haddish for several years. Every attorney who has initially taken on her case, and there were several, ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear that the claims were meritless and Ms. Haddish would not be shaken down. Now, Ms. Morris has her adult daughter representing herself in the lawsuit. The two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing this frivolous action." This statement was so insensitive that Tiffany had to release one herself, and she said, "I know people had a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there is an ongoing legal case, there's very little I can say right now, but clearly, while the sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all, and I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about the situation as soon as I can." The weird thing about this is that Jane randomly decided to file to have the suit dismissed, and she released a statement saying, "My family and I have known Tiffany Haddish for many years, and we now know that she would never harm me or my brother or help anyone else do anything that could harm us. We wish Tiffany the best and are glad that we can all put this behind us." This doesn't mean that Tiffany is in the clear because a lot of people believe that she paid Jane and John off. She still gets the side eye a lot and is still canceled for a lot of people. Not only that, but she is also kind of blacklisted in Hollywood because producers aren't exactly knocking at her door to offer her roles anymore. Speaking to TMZ, she claimed that she lost everything as a result of the scandal and had no job.
Because it's behind you now, but like, is that something?
Oh, I lost everything.
Like,
All my gigs gone.
Really?
Everything gone.
So, I mean, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is that's a bad look. But now that they changed face, you know,
I
do you
don't
feel
know,
like
bro.
you regain your?
I don't have no job.
Now, Tiffany does have 2 movies coming out later this year or so, but those are movies that she finished filming before the scandal, and nobody is on her side because pretty much everybody wants her out. Someone tweeted, "Tiffany Haddish needs to be blacklisted and never put in another movie, commercial, all that." Another person said, "Just read up on that Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears story. I hope they're blacklisted until they die for what they did to those kids." Do you guys think that Tiffany's career is really over? Or do you think she's somehow going to manage to turn things around? I don't know if she's been around long enough, but we'll see. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And then, y'all have to check out this next messy video because, child, it's your girl Kiki with the hottest tea. Peace.